today, I'd like to show you something I've ordered for my fursuiting activities. It's called Fursuit Leg Padding Pants. Unlike the traditional cushion-style padding, where you stuff cotton into things like laundry nets, this one is designed to be worn like a pair of pants. Wow! Technically, it's not exactly pants, it's more like an apron-style wrap that goes around your waist. However, lately I've noticed that the padding bags inside tend to shift out of place, and when that happens, the padding starts to slide down or even peek out from the gaps around the ankles. When you're fursuiting, you already have to pay close attention to your visibility, breathing, and stamina, so having to worry about your padding slipping is just another source of unnecessary stress. That's why I decided to try out this white padding set this time. Let me explain what kind of product this is. The upper part starts roughly around the waist, actually a bit above the waist, and connects down to the V-line, matching your character's hip line. Padding can be inserted below that area, starting from the hips down to the thighs. You could probably insert padding into this section too, but basically you fill it with padding centered around that V-line position. When you hang it down naturally, the length goes from just above the waist to a bit below the knees. It stretches out sideways quite a bit, so once worn, it should create a nice wide silhouette. Zipper here though, if you open it, nothing really comes out. You open this to insert the padding inside. The space is about 12 cm deep, so you can't just reuse the same laundry nets I used before. I've been thinking about whether to stuff cotton directly inside or put in the empty nets first and then fill them, but this time I'll just go ahead and stuff the cotton directly. I bought some craft cotton from OKIDJY, a big Japanese fabric and craft store. I got for 300 G packs, so I'll be using those for this project. You can also add padding not only in the lower part but also around the stomach area if you want to fill that out more. Now, as you can see, the part that wraps around my waist has a buckle strap, and the belt is quite long. Actually, I already cut mine, it was way too long. So, even if you have a bigger waist, it should still fit fine. If you have a smaller waist, there might be smaller sizes available, but I think this one's pretty versatile overall. My waist is about 95 cm, and I've adjusted it too thickly. There's still some extra strap length, so even if I lose weight, I can tighten it further. There are also two more buckle areas, one around the thighs and hips, and another behind the knees. These were both way too long too, so I trimmed those straps by about half. Originally, the buckles were a bit loose and sometimes slipped off easily, so I raised, threaded, and tightened them myself. So in total, there are 5 buckle points around the waist, thighs, and behind the knees to secure everything in place. The padding can only be inserted through the front abdominal section. There are no other openings for inserting padding elsewhere. Alright, let's start stuffing the cotton. By the way, how much is 300 grams anyway? When I first got my fursuit character about 4 years ago, I bought cotton at Tokyo Hands, also 300 G packs. I didn't replace it regularly. Some people probably swap their cotton every 1-2 years, but I'm a bit lazy. So I've been using the same cotton for 4 years straight. No wonder it shrinks and starts slipping. So please remember, replace your padding cotton regularly, okay? Anyway, back to the 300 G packs. Since they're compressed, they should expand quite a bit once opened. Let's see open. One 300 G pack is roughly the size of 3 compressed bundles. Trying to stuff all this into a 12 cm pocket? That's going to be tricky. Yeah, really tricky. Even if you try folding and pushing it in, it's not easy, but maybe if I really go at it seriously, it could fit. Okay, I'll give it a serious try. This is harder than I thought. Even so, I think I can make it work. I really want it to fit. Nope, couldn't do it. So, let's how it's laid out inside. If I split it, it should fit fine. I'm not too picky about which half to use, so I'll just cut it in this direction. Oh, it actually cuts pretty easily. By the way, I also bought a little fake fur from OKDAYA. The cutting stuff there were amazing. They cut it by hand so straight. Just wow. I was surprised. I didn't realize you could cut full fur like that, but it was super precise, really impressive. Okay, now let's go ahead and put the cotton in properly. It fit lately. There have been more workshops making fursuit leg padding pants. I'm a bit jealous. For example, 808MNOAK, US padding you wear, right? Even if padding isn't wearable by default, it would be convenient if your legs automatically had this kind of shape. Oh, I haven't mentioned the material yet. It's like a baseball jersey fabric, something like that. So you have to dry it properly, otherwise it could smell or even mold. Every time you wash it, you'll need to remove the cotton. That's unavoidable. Anyway, the cotton is in. Where is it? Here? Let's stuff the left side first. As I mentioned before, legs naturally spread sideways, so we want to make it flat rather than forming a mound. It's a bit bulky. Let's try to smooth it out. Okay, that should do for now. I've put in the first bundle, now the second one. Now that both leg sections are padded, let's try wearing it. The 2D and light areas can be stuffed directly like this. After putting it in, buckle only the waist, and that's it. So, how does it look? The legs are stretched side to seam so I spread the padding. From the side, it looks like this. From the back, it looks like this. Even if you jump, it's fine. It does sag slightly, but you can fix that by adjusting the waist. I haven't stuffed the stomach yet. Maybe I don't need the extra 300G of craft cotton. We can try adding cremated wire, AKU padding for the stomach instead. It's a bit forced, but let's see. I added the AKU padding to the stomach. What do you think? Not much difference, I guess. By the way, the padding I used before was this size. It was like this in the past, but recently it got all messed up, so I refilled it and it looks like this now. Now, let's see how it looks with the fursuit body on. I didn't mention the back looks like this, or the lid tail. You don't need to worry about it at all. Alright, let's put it on. First I'll wear the pants, then get into the body. The suit is a bit messy since I haven't done any grooming, so please forgive that. It feels different from before. How do I get it on? I see you insert it one leg at a time. It's completely different from before. Normally I'd stuff the tail balloon padding first, but today I'm skipping that. Okay, how do we do this? If I stuff this section of the leg snugly, is it even possible to put the other leg in? The arm section, insert it like this. Surprisingly, it slides in easily. I'll temporarily lift it over my shoulder. How does it look now? The body is on. In the front. If you've seen padding before, you'll know it used to stick out a bit more, but not now. From this downward looking angle, it's completely different. Interesting. It feels like I'm wearing a different character. If you want more width, you can just push it outward at the crotch. How does it look from the back? Should I leave it as is? I slimmed down a bit, you know? Before, the back zipper wouldn't close, but now it does. Amazing, right? People used to say, the zipper won't close, that's strange. But now it fits perfectly. Even though I'm in a weight plateau, I've lost about 8 cm from my waist since the end of last year. Let's try moving! Where was that? I can buckle noise, but no one will notice. Even jumping earlier, the waist was sliding a bit, but now it seems stable. For the top waist, you can tighten it snugly if needed. I personally think it's feeling really good. What do you think from your perspective? The padding volume might feel insufficient for some, but I personally think it's much better than the previous big size. Regarding the underside of the feet earlier, it was a bit exposed, meaning it's not very hot there. Before, the feet area felt a little warm, but now it's not hot at all. The back of the thighs and knees don't feel much heat either. This is a noticeable difference. Around the leg transitions fits really well. If I raise my legs or tighten a bit, I can adjust the padding lower. Yes, it's feeling right. So, today I introduced Fursuit Leg Padding Pants. This product isn't sold in Japan, so if you really want one, DM me, I can import it for you. I'll charge a small handling fee, but I can take care of the process. Let's lift my arms, let's check the body lines. Looking good. Here's the main concern. When putting on the Wint legs, if the padding slides down too much, there won't be enough extra fabric, and the legs could flip. That's the only thing to watch out for. Right now, it's close to ideal, not much excess to worry about. Now, that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like, please subscribe, rate, and share on SNS. Looking back at my video, it seems the volume has decreased a bit. But that's okay if I slim down my waist. It will fit even better. I'll do my best to lose a bit more